Hi, I'm Yessy from Yessy's Designs. Welcome to the Yessy's Designs Knitting Podcast, episode 12. If you have been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time being here, this is my knitting podcast. I'm the maker and designer behind Yessy's Designs. And usually in these episodes, I share with you everything that has happened since the last episode regarding projects, acquisitions, finished objects or whips, and something maybe that we have been doing as a family here in the country in Connecticut. Now, this episode is a little different. So if you are in the fiber world, you might know that October 21st is the day that we start with Rhinebeck. So the Rhinebeck festival, we like to call it like that, and Rhinebeck is a town in New York, but the name of the event is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival that takes place in Rhinebeck. So this year we are going to be attending this event. The last time I attended was 2019, right before COVID, so this is going to be the first time in the last few years. So this is something that my daughter and I look forward to go, because it is just such a special weekend. So that day we try to do things that are a little bit out of the ordinary. We maybe go for breakfast and spend the whole day in Rhinebeck and then do something special for dinner. But before I touch into Rhinebeck, I'm just going to say again that this episode, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be about how we are getting ready for this fiber art weekend. It's going to be very busy, full of inspiration and meeting, hopefully amazing people. So I'm going to start with what we are going to be doing for this week. Now, I'm recording. Today is Tuesday, October 17. I'm going to try to upload this episode today, but most likely it's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, the 18th. So this year, we're going to be doing something different. Now, there are going to be two other events happening this weekend where we are going to be going to. Now, one of them is going to be on Thursday at Pick Up Every Stitch. This is a yarn store that is in Mount Kisco, New York. And you might be familiar with Kim and Jonah from Knitting Together with Kim and Jonah. They have a podcast, also a knitting podcast on YouTube. And I recommend this podcast so much. This is one of my favorite podcasts. And I think maybe in another episode, the theme should be what are my favorite podcasts. I don't watch that many, but Knitting Together with Kim and Jonah is one of our favorites. This is one that I watch with my daughter, but usually when I have it on the TV, my husband is around, my son is around. So in my home, we all know who is Kim and we all know who is Jonah. So they record their podcasts at Pick Up Every Stitch. And so you get to see the yarn shop there. We are looking forward to go for the first time to Pick Up Every Stitch. So this yarn store is holding an event on Thursday that is called Road to Rhinebeck. So we are going to be going there in the afternoon. I'm thinking at about 2 o'clock. My kids and I'm going to bring both my children. We are going to be there. We haven't been at Mount Kisco before. That is about an hour away from where I live. And we haven't been there. So we are going to be exploring Mount Kisco after the event, maybe going for dinner somewhere and just make it a special outing for this week. So at Pick Up Every Stitch, we are looking forward to meet Kim and Jonah for the first time. So we have been in touch through DMs, but again, we just love their podcast. So my daughter and I are looking forward to meeting Kim and Jonah and also meeting the girls from the Knitting Posse. So they also have a knitting podcast here on YouTube that I also love. So these three girls, they work on beautiful projects. The yarns are absolutely beautiful. These two podcasts, they are filled with fun and inspiration. So we are looking forward to meeting Kim, Kate, and Laura. And I was talking to Kate just a few days ago because Kate, she tested for me the Sierra Nevada beanie, and she just finished her testing of the Sophia beanie. So we have been in touch and talking every now and then. I was hoping to meet her in Rhinebeck, but I didn't remember that she was going to be at Pick Up Every Stitch. So hopefully at the time that I'm there, she's going to be there, and I just can talk to her and meet her along with Kim and Laura and just say, I mean, I think Kate would be the only other test knitter that I have met besides another one that is local. So we are going to be meeting these 5 amazing, beautiful ladies. We're going to be there at Pick Up Every Stitch. And I think they are also going to be having Rebecca from the Caribbean. And this designer, I think she's one of the newest designers that we have grown to love. I still haven't made any pattern from Rebecca, but in this podcast, like Kim and Jonah, I believe they have worked on something from her. I know definitely, no, wait. The girls from the Knitting Posse, I don't remember. But from just a handful of podcasts that I watch, every podcaster or every knitter that has a podcast that have worked in her patterns, they have the best thing to say about them. So I look forward to at some point, not in the near future because my needles are busy with so many things, but not too far in the future, I can be able to make some of her patterns. There is one that has stripes that she released recently. I forgot the name of it, but that is one of the ones that I saw and I was like, I think I should make that cardigan. So looking forward to meet Rebecca from the Caribbean. I also watch her podcast and it's very enjoyable as well. So this Thursday, we are going to be there at Pick Up Every Stitch. Are you going to be there? If you are close to the area and you love yarn and everything beautiful made with yarn, I think it's going to be worth to go here and just set the mood for Friday and Saturday at Rhinebeck. So this year we are gonna be, my daughter and I, going to, besides Rhinebeck, to 2 other events for this special weekend, and in the next episode I will share with you as much as I can from all of this. So looking forward to that. Now the next day, Friday, we are gonna be going to Cakepalooza. If you are not familiar with Cakepalooza, go to their Instagram account, Cakepalooza. That's the name. I'm going to put everything in the description below, along with the podcasts from Kim and Jonah, and the Knitting Posse, Rebecca from the Caribbean. And you can get to see amazing things in there. So Cakepalooza is organized by Alisa. Alisa, she is the hand dyer behind Cake Wool Co. And I met Alisa in 2019. We were going to an event also the Friday before Rhinebeck. And it was in Rhinebeck. So I arrived to the event. It was an evening. And I parked my car. My GPS told me that I was there and I see nothing. I don't see people. I just see some houses and it's absolutely black. It was night and I'm like, where am I? I got lost. I'm going to miss the event and all of that. When suddenly I didn't freak out for too long because people started to come. So I see this group of ladies coming and I didn't want to be like following them. I said, I have to ask somebody. So the first friendly face that I saw that night was Alisa. So I asked her, I didn't know who she was. So I just asked her, do you know where it is? So we walked together. We ended up sitting at the same table with Victoria from Vita Lifestyle, with Vanessa Reyes from Van Ray Knits, and with Amy from Knit Collage. So it was a very enjoyable event. Got to know Alisa. She was So nice. I think when you get to meet Alisa, the first thing that you think is that she has the warmest smile and that she's super, super sweet. So I look forward to see Alisa again at this event. We have stayed in touch all this time because her yarns are absolutely beautiful. I have worked with her yarns quite a bit, and they are so luxurious. The yarns, the colorways, they are an absolute delight to work with. So looking forward to see what she has for this event. And just from hearing everything that she does for this event, I am very excited to attend for the first time. Last year, I think we were sick at the time she had it, so we didn't go. And this year, we are able to. So some of the things that, not some of the things, some of the people that, the people that I look forward to meeting here, I wrote everything down because I don't want to forget mentioning, but I know that most likely didn't write everything down. So again, looking forward to see Alisa. Victoria from Vita Lifestyle, you have to also check her Instagram account. Her yarns are so beautiful. So I'm going to show you later because I'm working with one of her yarns right now. And if you go to my Instagram, there is not the last post, the post before, I'm showing a whip. It's going to be a Magdalena beanie, and I'm using her yarn, and it's absolutely stunning. It is so beautiful that somebody messaged me and they said, whenever you finish that beanie, I would like to purchase it because, I mean, the yarn is just beautiful. It's super soft. She has the best ideas for like inspiration to dye her yarns, and on top of that, she has candles and she has body butters and she has all kinds of things. So she's very young, and it's like a breath of fresh air with all of the ideas. She comes up with a collection of yarn, and she has like everything else that is related to the theme. So looking forward to see Victoria. She's also super sweet. Very nice girl. So we're gonna be seeing her there. Amy from Knit Collage, she's also very sweet, super grounded, like down to earth, and she takes her time. When I have met her twice, and the two times that I have talked to her, you can tell that she really values getting to know people. She takes her time to talk to us and just be there in the moment. So looking forward to see this beautiful lady. I also have worked with her yarns before. I have in here a cardigan with her yarn that I haven't finished yet. And so that has to happen. I have to finish that cardigan. Also, I'm looking forward to meet Olga Putano. She's from Olga Putano Designs, and she's her designs are just so beautiful. Her yoke sweaters are breathtaking. There is one, I forgot the name of it, but Kim from Kim and Jonah, she made it. Something about the sun. I think it's called Here Comes the Sun. Since Kim started showing that sweater, I have been like in love with it, but I haven't had the opportunity to make it yet. So I pre-order the book from Olga Putano. So she's bringing the book to Cape Palooza, and she's gonna sign it. So I'm looking forward to pick up my book in there and take a look at all the sweaters. But I think the first one that I would make from that book is, I think it's called Here Comes the Sun. If the name is wrong, just find a sweater that has a sun on it. It's that one. Kim, she has used it a few times. I think Kim, she's wearing it in her video about also getting ready to Rhinebeck. So that's the one. Every time I see it, it's like, okay, it's like the ranunculus. Like every time you see it, it's like I have to make it. It's one of those patterns that the more you see it, the more you feel like you have to make it. So these Here Comes the Sun is one of those that I think I have to make. I haven't made my first necklace, but that has to happen also because my yarn shop, Stars Hollow Yarns, they have a sample, and every time I go and I see it, it's just so pretty, so elegant, and so nice. And I see it everywhere. I think it has to be one of the most made hand knit sweaters. And I mean, the ones that most people have been working on, is it's really pretty. So I'm looking forward to at some point make my sweater there. So looking forward to meet Olga Butano. And I forgot if I mentioned we got the cream ticket. So the cream ticket is from 2 to 3:50 in the afternoon. So depending on the ticket that you have a certain time to go there. So that's the time that we have. What we found, and I don't want to sound like a stalker, is that the girls from Wool and Wine, Janet, Claudia, and Tammy, another podcast that I absolutely love. These girls are from Ohio. Their knitting podcast is so nice. I love the interaction between them, their yarns and their projects. They are an inspiration, and that is one of the ones that I also watch with my daughter. I haven't tried their wine recommendations yet, but at some point I will try. I will try some. So these lovely girls are driving from Ohio, and they are going to be at Cakepalooza. They're going to be in Rhinebeck. But again, if you try to find somebody in Rhinebeck, it's going to be like finding a needle in a haystack. So I didn't want to be running. I mean, it's just so big that I didn't want to be walking around or looking for somebody. So this year we tried to get phone numbers, and we would like to meet you. Would it be okay? This is my number, and all of that. So try to be a little bit more organized, because we don't want to miss the opportunity of seeing some of our favorite makers. So Tammy, Claudia, and Janet, they are supposed to be there. I think it's from 10 to 12. I have to go back and see that part in their podcast when they are sharing at what time they're going to be there. But I think it's from 10 to 12. So anyway, we are going to try to be there. Now, Cakepalooza takes place in the parking lot of Cake Wool Co. Sorry. So again, I haven't been there. I don't know exactly how everything is organized. I'm assuming that the space is limited, but if it's possible, I'm just going to find a parking spot at 10, or be there like close to 12 when they are about to leave, or in the middle or somewhere. But I would love to meet these ladies, because as soon as they come out with a podcast, I watch it as well. I really enjoy watching these ladies. I'm going to put again the description below with the link to their podcast. So we are looking forward to meeting Janet, Claudia, and Tammy. And anyway, let me see. Well, go to the Instagram account for Cakepalooza so you can get to see all the other fiber artists. Everything looks absolutely wonderful. It's gonna be so tempting not to buy so many things. I haven't even thought about that part too much yet. I have to. I mean, it's too late, but I have to come up with a budget and see what I can spend at each one of these events, because I don't want to be, I mean, I'm not like, well, not like I'm impulsive, but I need to organize myself a little bit more to see, okay, I would like to get this or get that, but it's going to be very tempting. That's all I know. There are going to be a lot of temptations right over there. So that's going to be for Friday. Now, that Friday, I'm going to be wearing, let me show you. I'm going to be wearing my Esteban cowl. So this is the fiber piece, the yarn design that I'm going to be wearing that day. So I'm going to be having my Esteban cowl with me. So that's what I'm going to be wearing. And I made my daughter a sweater. So if you are not familiar with the Esteban cowl, there is a blog post about it. And this is a knitting pattern that I released in the last few months. So it's Fair Isle, 2 colors, and it's just a lovely piece to work on, super engaging, and I love all the details everywhere. So I'm going to be wearing this one. It's like bringing a little piece of Colombia with me because this is a Colombian-inspired design. Okay, and I made for my daughter a sweater. So if you are familiar with Rhinebeck, you might see or you might have heard that the Rhinebeck sweater is something that a lot of us we like to work on, just to maybe add something special to that weekend. Some of us, we might wear something that we have already made, and that's going to be our Rhinebeck sweater for that day. Some of the makers, they design something specific for this event, or you make a sweater just to be used for the first time at this event. So we kind of did that. But I made a Cake Palooza sweater. I don't know if that's a thing, maybe not, or maybe it will be. But I wanted to make my daughter a sweater for that event, so I'm going to call it the Cake Palooza sweater that I made for her. So I made her this one. This is still a little wet. It's on the blocking mats right now, so this has 2 days to dry. I hope it does, because it has to be dry. So this design is called the Lighthouse Keeper Pullover. And this is from one of the books from Line magazine called Salt and Timber. And Lindsay Fowler from Larkspur Knits is the designer of this sweater. So this is a beautiful book from Line magazine. And this sweater, it looks so pretty in the pictures. So I made one for my daughter. I use yarn from Hobbii. It's called Mega Ball, if I'm correct. It's 100% acrylic yarn. Super, super soft. So it has a double brim neckline, and all these beautiful details throughout the project. It's very easy. My blocking mats are down there. Don't think that I threw that on the floor, but I have to organize it when I'm done. So this design was very easy to make. The instructions are very, very clear. And I tried it on her before I blocked it, and it looks so cute. So looking forward to see how it looks now that it's blocked. Almost there. So she's gonna be wearing this sweater for Cake Palooza. And I'm gonna be wearing, I already said what I'm gonna be wearing. I'm gonna be wearing that. So then we're gonna stay in Mount Kisco for dinner. We don't know where we're gonna go yet, so we are just gonna drive around and explore, and maybe we do a little research before we go there. But if you're from the area, you have any recommendation, please leave it in the comments and we'll take a look at that. So looking forward to spend this day in Saugerties, New York. Now Saturday, we have to come back not that late because we really need to rest. It's gonna be a long day Saturday. So we need to come and rest and get everything ready for the following day, packing water bottles, snacks, fruits, and anything that we can carry. I try to get a big bag with me because you don't want to be holding. So this is one of the things that I recommend. If you're thinking of going and this is your first time, bring comfortable shoes. I made the mistake of the first year that we attended, you want to look all cute and look nice, and I had long boots with high heels, and it was the worst. I was in pain. I don't think I stayed for kind of the whole day because my feet were sore, my legs, everything was sore. So the following years, I've been using boots, but no heels. This year, I'm just going to bring sneakers because you have to be comfortable. There is a lot of standing up and there is a lot of walking. So make sure that you have that. I usually bring again a backpack or something big to pack whatever that I buy, so you are not holding so many things in case you're thinking of buying so many things, or maybe you do not think that you're going to buy so many things, but you end up getting many things. So I bring something big to pack some things in there. I have seen people with suitcases, like some people, they have carry-ons, which I'm still thinking about it. But some people, they really bring a suitcase. So I think that's very smart that they do that, because it's less of a hassle walking everywhere with handling packages and packages. So we are going to be there on Rhinebeck early. We leave early and we arrive as early as we can. I usually, all the times that I go, my parking spot is usually kind of close to the entrance, which is great. I don't want to be parked all the way in the back, and after a whole day of walking, then you have to make your way to the end of the parking lot. So we arrive early and we try to find the best parking spot that there is. You don't want to be thinking about that through the day, that you have to do a long walk back to your car. So Rhinebeck, if you are, or the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, which is the official name of the event. If you have not been there, just be prepared to be inspired. I wrote a blog post about getting ready for Rhinebeck. And if you go to my website, you can find the blog post in there. So I talk about the things that you see, and it's just a place full of inspiration. So we look forward to meet our favorite designers or makers, usually at 2:00 on the hill. If you ask anybody there and you say, where is the hill, they will tell you where the hill is. So at 2:00, designers and podcasters, they go there. We all know that they are going to be there. And that is your opportunity to talk to them, to meet them, to take pictures. And that is very cool. So my daughter and I, we are going to be there at 2:00. And we are going to meet some of as many as we can. If you happen to know who I am and you see me there, please feel free just to go and reach out. But maybe you are not going to be there, or maybe most of the ones have no idea who I am. But we are going to be there at that time to meet some of our favorite designers. Now, there are some in mind that I have met before, like Andra Maury or Gigi from Gigi Made It. And it's always exciting to see so many people gather there. So one of the cool things, for example, to see is that, let's talk, for example, Andra Maury. She designs a Rhinebeck sweater for that event, right? So at some point, everybody that is wearing that sweater, they take a group picture. So that is one of the sites that I enjoy the most. So at some point, we just sit down on the hill after we have made so many. Usually you have a line, or you get to meet them. But at some point, we just sit down and just take everything in. So seeing the designers, the different designers, with the group of people that have made their design for that year, that is always very exciting to see. To see the enthusiasm from so many, that is always very, very cool. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be wearing for Saturday. So I know you have seen this before, and I wore it just once to take the pictures when I went to Colombia. This is the Venice sweater by Vera Rain. Look at it. It's a striped sweater with lace at the bottom. So this is what I'm going to be wearing on Saturday with light jeans, like a cream color jeans, and my sneakers. So looking forward to wear this beauty to this event. And one of the things also that we love is just sitting down in different areas and just see people walking by. Is like if you're going to a fashion show, so many are wearing something that they have made, which is absolutely breathtaking. And there is usually a few people where I go like, what pattern is that? What yarn is that? And it's just full of inspiration. It's very nice to be at a place where there is so many people sharing the love for the fiber arts. And you can just imagine what this art means to so many, but it's really exciting to see that everybody is like so enthusiastic about everything. So if you go to Rhinebeck, for example, you're gonna see a lot of tents outside. There are gonna be buildings with also vendors, vendors in the buildings, vendors in the tents. But it is a great place to be for the whole family. Now, one of the things that I enjoy doing with my daughter when we go there is that they have the different buildings outside, or not buildings, like the tents. Oh no, I think they are buildings. I don't remember it quite exactly, but they have areas where they just have the sheep, the goat, the llamas, the alpacas, the bunnies. So we spend a lot of time there. We go to, for example, the shear demonstrations. I mean, it's not just hand dyers or small companies selling their yarn, or just designers promoting their work. There is much more than that, which makes the whole day pass by so quickly because you're always doing something different. So some of the things that they have is the book signings, you meet the designers, podcasters, the dyers, sheep shearing demonstrations. There are art contest shows, fiber art competitions, wine tastings, spinning, wheel contests, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful event. There is a lot of food. I think one of the famous things from this festival are the apple cider donuts that we haven't tried yet. We usually go for the food and not too much for the sweets. And it's just a place to walk and be inspired. You come back with a feeling of being inspired. I mean, there is no other way to say it. Inspired not just by the attitude of people, but also the color combinations, the patterns, the yarns, everything that people do there. Now you have also the gift shop, which is another tent. If you are thinking of getting some merchandise from Rhinebeck, then you really have to find your way kind of early, because at some point they sold out. I think one of the things that we try to get the most are the bags that say New York Sheep and Wool Festival and the year. I have just one because the other times it's being sold out by the time I get there. So you want to make sure that maybe you are there early and have an opportunity to see the merchandise and get what you want. Okay, let me see if I'm missing something else. I'm also going to be meeting with a couple of friends in there. So that's going to be exciting too. I don't know for how long we're going to be together, or at one point we're going to be meeting, but it's going to be exciting to be part of the day with the friends. So this is how we are getting ready for the Rhinebeck weekend, and just put that for the books. I'm going to try to get as much content as possible to show you later. But we are really looking forward to spend this time together. So again, try to take a look at the Instagram of Cakepalooza. Go to the Instagram of Pick Up Every Stitch, so you can see what they're having in there. If you're in the area and you're traveling from somewhere and you're going to be here like a few days before Rhinebeck, you can see these other two events just to continue to have more fiber content in your weekend. So the other thing I wanted to say for last episode 11, this is not a regular episode, but I didn't want to leave too much time in between episodes. So I'm going to tell you who is the winner of the 2 knitting patterns from last episode. And randomly, the comment that was chosen is from Everly Fibers. So Everly Fibers, when you see this podcast, please send me an email to jessysdesigns@gmail.com. Let me know in the subject that you are the winner. That you are the winner of the giveaway, and I'm going to send you 2 knitting patterns of your choosing. So go to my website, take a look at the patterns in there, and let me know which 2 patterns you would like to work on. Oh, something else that I was forgetting, and it cannot be forgotten. So let me finish with that. So Everly Fibers is the winner of the 2 knitting patterns from episode 11. Now I'm not going to have a price for this episode, but I'm gonna have one for the next one. Now, I was forgetting to show you the sweater that my daughter is gonna be wearing for Rhinebeck, and this has been a roller coaster. So we chose the pattern early on, like months ago. We purchased the yarn also some time ago, but I started working on this sweater recently, which was not good. One thing, she grew, so we changed sizes. So I needed extra yarn, and I talk about that in the blog post. We needed yarn, more yarn. We found that the yarn has been discontinued, so I was trying to look for this yarn everywhere until I found a shop, Yarn Loop. They have a website, yarnloop.com, I think it is. And I found 3 skeins, and I still think that I'm gonna need at least one more. So I'm gonna show you the progress on the sweater. The sweater is not done, and today is Tuesday. So I don't think at this point the sweater is gonna be finished, but I am positive that the body and the neckline, it's a V-neck. I think those 2 things are gonna be ready. So she's gonna have to wear something with long sleeve under the sweater, and she's gonna have a coat. It's gonna be, I think, like 60 degrees on Saturday and raining. So we're gonna need a coat on over our sweaters. So I'm gonna show you how it looks. Oh, on top of that, this sweater needs 2 colors. It has a Fair Isle design at the bottom, and the designer is Anna Johanna, and the name of the pattern is Everything Coming Up Roses. And she chose a yarn colorway that had like reds and beiges. And then the Barbie movie came out, so she didn't want that red anymore. She wanted like a Barbie pink. So we found the Barbie pink with Victoria from Vita Lifestyle. And this yarn is absolutely beautiful. Before I show you, I'm going to tell you what this yarn has. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's a beautiful, beautiful yarn to work on. So I'm using this yarn from Blue Sky Fibers. This is from Spood and Chloe. Beautiful color. And this is the yarn from, let me see. Oh, it's a beautiful yarn from Victoria. We love it. So look at this color combination. So my daughter, she said, I really want like Ken and Barbie. So this is the color combination that she's going to have for her sweater. Now this sweater, she wanted it a little bit oversized. Again, my kids, they grow so much. But I think this sweater is going to be a little big on her, which she's fine with it. She said, don't even worry about it. She's 9. Don't worry about it. The only thing that means is that I'm just going to keep using it. I'll use it the way it is, and I'll keep it for many years to come. But anyway, so let me see if you can see this. So I just need 10 more rounds on the rose pattern, the roses pattern. I have to make the V-neck. I have some ribbon and the sleeves. So again, the sleeves, I don't think they are gonna be done. But when you see a little person, she's not that little actually. When you see not that little of a person walking by with Ken and Barbie colors, then I think she might be easier to spot than my sweater. Feel free just to go and say hello and tell her how cute she looks with her new sweater that I am like, oh my goodness, every single minute that I have after I'm done with everything that has to be done is towards this sweater, and I have to finish it. So I'm very positive that those 10 rounds are gonna be done today, and the ribbing. And most likely tomorrow I'm gonna do the V-neck, the ribbon that has to go there. This is not gonna be wet blocked. One, because I wanna do the sleeves. One is because it's not gonna be dry. and second because I have to do the sleeves and I don't want to web block the whole thing before I am done. So she's gonna be wearing this with, I'm gonna just theme it and make it look the best that it can for that day. So she's super excited. Obviously, my daughter, she's with me all the time, so she sees me working on it. But today, right before I started recording, she said, okay, just tell me how much more do you need to be done? And then I told her what I needed to finish, and then she said, now tell me, what do you think is gonna be done by Saturday? So I told her what it was. And then she said, okay, that's it. I don't want to see the sweater anymore. I want you to keep working at it. When I'm not there, I don't know how that's going to happen. I want you to work in it when I'm not there, and I want to be surprised the day that I'm going to wear it. Now, I don't know if I can wait till Saturday to see how it fits. Maybe I just tell her, close your eyes and let me put it on and see the look myself. But she got her all outfit planned just because she's so excited with the colors, with the pattern. She chose everything. So it's really cute to see that she's so interested in this. It's really, again, a very fun event for the whole family. I don't know what my boys are going to be doing that day. They're going to be going to New York the day before. But maybe last minute they decide that, okay, let's join you because it's really fun. I think they also had music the last time I went. I'm not sure, but if there is music, that would be a huge thing to make my boys make the decision of going. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I hope that you're having a great start of your week. If you go to Rhinebeck or Cakepalooza or Pick Up Every Stitch, I look forward to see you there too. And anyway, enjoy. This is one of the biggest things in the year for fiber artists. So enjoy, take everything in, take your time, be comfortable, and I will see you again when I record the next episode with everything that happened in those 3 days. Thank you for being here. Subscribe if you like this episode so you don't miss the new episodes that are coming. Leave me your comments with anything that you want to share, if you're going, if you're not going, what your plans are. And I'll see you here next time. Take care. Happy knitting and happy making.